Hello everybody and happy Friday. I thought I should pop in and do at least one short video this week, something to tide me over until I can film again. It has been a busy week, it's gone by very quickly, and my brain has been completely devoted to other things, and I'm trying to decompress now and do some fun things and just relax and give my brain a break. So I have plans this weekend. I am baking bread with my dad. We'll see if I actually make edible bread. I am a good cook and I am good at baking, but I am not good at bread making for some reason. And so after some semi-successful attempts at making sourdough bread by myself, I am following my dad's method and he is doing it along with me. So we'll see, like, come Sunday morning if I've succeeded or not. It's just a personal goal of mine to actually learn how to make decent bread on a regular basis this year. Instead of just, dabbling in it, I'm dedicating myself to actually learning how to do this because it's not actually that challenging. I just don't have the knack for it yet. There's also going to be another Stitch and Bitch live show this coming Sunday on the 12th. So I'll be doing that. It's going to be hosted here on my channel and I will leave information down below. I'm pretty sure it's going to be at the same time it usually is on Sunday, like 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern time, that sort of thing, but I will double check and update things in the description below. And that leads me to the other thing I'm going to be doing this weekend, which is reading. I'm trying to finish a batch of books so that I can move on to the next batch that I'm actually very excited about. So I'm finishing up my last two books I need to read for the BookTube SFF Awards. I'm about halfway through Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. This is one of the science fiction nominees, and that is a category I'm judging, so I need to finish this. I am enjoying it. It just feels really different from the two previous Wayfarers books, and I think this is probably going to be my second favorite in the series, but it's also very choppy. It's flicking back and forth between a lot of characters, and I think I just haven't hit the groove yet where I understand what is actually happening across all of the different storylines, but I am enjoying it. I've also started reading City of Ghosts, is that what it's called? By Victoria Schwab. It's one of the middle grade nominees, and I'm not really sure how I feel about City of Ghosts yet. I'm only a couple chapters in, and I've been kind of hit or miss with Schwab's work in the past, so we'll see. But I need to finish those two because those are the two that I am committed to finishing this month, and I want to get them out of the way so I don't have to worry about it anymore. I am also reading Selected Poems of Robert Frost. This is a really cool illustrated edition. It has like all these like woodcuts in them. Who's the artist? Thomas W. Nazin. And it's just a really beautiful book. I've of course read the really famous Robert Frost poems. I think it's impossible to get through the American school system without reading like a bunch of those. And so I think I'd always assumed that everything else by Frost was like those poems, like After Apple Picking and the Two Roads one. And actually there have been quite a few poems and some like styles and forms of poetry in this that I did not expect. And I'm not sure if it's really my thing, but I am enjoying getting a bit more into his work and kind of understanding better what Frost was really known for. So this one should also not take me too long to finish. I'm a little bit over halfway through it, and it is very, very heavily illustrated, so there's a lot of blank space on the pages. So try to get through that this weekend as well. And then I'm sure I'm in the middle of other things, but I'm not like super actively reading them, so they don't count right now. But what I really want to do is get to 2 stacks of things that all of a sudden I just really want to read. The first one is that I kind of want to go on a Shakespeare binge, and if Libby is watching this, she's like fist pumping, but in Libby style. I haven't been actively following along with Libby's Bard book club. I've been watching the videos, but I haven't been reading or rereading the plays every month. But I just suddenly felt like I have some Shakespeare plays stacking up that I need to get off my physical TBR, so I think I'm gonna sit down and read a bunch of Shakespeare. So I have The Merry Wives of Windsor, which I think is the next on the schedule, and then I have Henry V, I have Henry VI Part 1, and Parts 2 and 3 are coming in the mail, so I should get them any day now, and I have Richard III. And I might just binge all of them because I always find that when I read a Shakespeare play, like I have these really big gaps, like I won't read anything for a year and then I read a play and I'm like, that was really fun. I could read a lot more of these, and then I never do. So I want to kind of harness that feeling I know I'm gonna have and get through a bunch of them. And then I just have exciting book mail. I did let myself buy some books. If you're wondering if one of them was Atlas Alone by Emma Newman, no, I actually requested that one from my library and it will be arriving soon. I know I'll buy my own copy of it eventually. But this past week I got 3 books in the mail that I'm very excited about. One of them is Exhalation Stories by Ted Chiang. This is his 2nd story collection, and I've already read half the stuff in here. There are really only a few pieces in this because most of them are quite long. I think most of his fiction is actually in the novelette and novella length rather than short stories. So I've already read The Merchant and the Alchemist's Gate. I've actually read that twice before. I've read Exhalation, I've read The Life Cycle of Software Objects, and The Truth of Fact, The Truth of Feeling, which means there's what, 1, 2, 3, 5 in here that I haven't read. So I have been so excited for this. I've had it pre-ordered for like over 6 months and it arrived and I was like, yay! But I didn't start it because I was in the middle of like 5 other things. And then today, I got early actually. I pre-ordered the next 2 Welcome to Night Vale script books from Powell's, and they came like 3 days early, like 3 days before the actual publication date. So the buying of Lot 37 this is the season 3? Yes, the season 3 scripts, and then Who's a Good Boy is season 4, and I already own the ones for seasons 1 and 2, and both of these are illustrated by Jessica Hayworth. Actually haven't looked at any of the illustrations yet. Can't really see that too well, but I love how these books are put together. I was just really impressed by the quality of the first 2. Oh god, that's the one with spiders. I'm not gonna look at that. But yeah, I know I'm gonna like just binge both of these in one go. And then a book that I've had for a little while, but I still haven't picked up, is Ancestral Night by Elizabeth Bear. This is a book that came out in March, and my parents actually pre-ordered it for me for my birthday in February, and I got it, and then I lent it immediately to my dad, and he read it, and he liked it, and everybody I know is reading it now, and I still haven't actually cracked it open yet, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to just really love this book. I love Elizabeth Bear in general, but this will be the first science fiction novel I ever read by her. I've read kind of some of her more SF short stories, but every novel I've read by her before has been fantasy of one type or another, so I think this is kind of space opera or like epic science fiction, and yeah. So basically, I want to read all the things and I don't have enough time, and there's nothing new about that situation, is there? Anyway, that is pretty much it for me and what I'm currently reading, and my plans for this weekend: bake bread, do a live show, and read whenever I'm not doing those 2 things. I'm gonna enjoy it. And if it doesn't rain again, I might actually have to get out in the garden and weed, but if it rains, it'll be muddy and I can't do that, so I'm hoping it rains actually. So, I hope you have a wonderful weekend too. I will talk to you again soon, and until then, happy reading.